thank the great Lord IMU-sama for this omen he has bestowed upon me. Yes. Well, One Piece chapter 1180 is out. Lord IMU-sama went haywire. And we have the omen. Or, in general, IMU's power system, really. Because one thing, and I read the translation, the official translation now as well, after the weekend, and they also translated it as omen. So the fans' translation went with omen, and the official one also went with omen. What is this power of Saint NERONA IMU? What is this power he has? The devil's fruit, and he can bestow an omen onto someone, but he can also use an omen to attack, because he did attack Zoro, and he did attack him, and he used the named attack omen. So he can use an omen to heal and buff someone, give them power, or he can attack them with it. So that's very interesting. Now, we gotta talk about one thing here, and the one thing is the word omen is not used in the manga in the original. We are reading a translated manga here as English speakers, or me also as a German and English speaker, and we're reading a translated version. So the way it's written in Japanese, and I've sources of different YouTubers from this, like O'Hara, Teching 101, etc. And basically I didn't translate this myself, I got this basically from them. But it is translated as demon or devil's haki. Not haki, sondern demons or devil's key. So it has a symbol for demon or devil and a symbol for key. As in, and mouthed out, this would sound like Maki. So it's Maki. He's actually using Maki, and the big power system in One Piece is Haki. Ha and Ki. And IMU's using Ma and Ki. So this is interesting. Lots of noises here. This is very interesting. Anyway, so does this mean this is more of like a different power system like Haki, or is it part of the devil fruit? It's coming from this perspective. Is it just like a different version of Haki? Is it like actually like demonic evil? Evil is a weird word to use. Demonic Haki? Is it a demonic version of Haki? Like Ki? What is Ki? Ki is willpower. We have Ki in Dragon anime and manga of like Dragon Ball, like Ki, like energy. The energy of willpower, the strength of willpower. And that's what Haki really is. Like someone imbues their willpower, for example, into a sword and makes it a black blade, because they're imbuing their will for the sword to become stronger. Or they're imbuing armament Haki into their body parts, making them harder, making them more defensive. Like they're like, no, I'm not breaking. They're imbuing their willpower in this, and by their willpower being this strong, they're basically gaining strength. There is strength in willpower. It's basically what we get from this. And then there's Conqueror's Haki. This is insane levels of willpower, basically. And you might have to be born with it. It might not be able to be taught at all, because Conqueror's Haki is like, let's say, Haki of a conqueror, like Caesar. If he took a character out of our history, Julius Caesar might have had Conqueror's Haki, because he had the willpower to conquer. Let's not take any Austrian painters as an example. That would I wouldn't like that example very much as a German. No, but really, that is what Haki is. It is a system of willpower. And yeah, so is Maki just like a absurdist, evil form of that in a demonic way? Does it have to do with the abyss and the abyss powers of IMU? Like, he enables his servants to travel through this abyss, and now he comes here, uses Maki, uses the omen to, at one point, enhance Summers and Killingham, and maybe Shuri, maybe. People are split on that. I thought I saw something in the panel where Imo flew past, and I thought I saw him like flying past, freeing her from the ice and giving her an omen as well. But looking at it over and over again in the official translation, I looked at the panel again, and I guess I gotta wait for the next chapter to be 100% on that. Anyways, so okay, so we don't know this. This is all speculation. But what we do know is he can use it to buff people. Like Summers, after he got this omen, he was like ecstatic. He was like the very thing I mimicked at the beginning of the video, where he was like, "Thanks, Lord Timo, for this omen. This is wonderful. I feel so powerful." He could just feel the power he got there, flowing through him. And right after that, he jumped off into this and just flew off with enormous speed. And I don't think Summers could do that before. I don't think he was capable of like jumping and flying off into the distance before. No, I don't think so. So in my chapter review, I said it's probably around like a 10x buff. Like it's an immense buff probably. Is what I'm getting here from these few panels, from these few feats. I'm getting like, no, this is not giving someone like 10% more power. This is not like buffing someone. And 10%, like if you speak in a video game, a 10% buff in a video game is huge. But it's probably more. It's probably like a 10x, it's 2x or something, or 5x or something like that. It's an immense power buff. And at the same time, the omen was used on Sorrow, and it did. I mean, basically, Sorrow was on screen. He got shot by the omen. It was like a bullet shot, kinda-ish deal, where Imu like aimed it at him, like Spider-Man, and then was like, omen. And Sorrow got like shot from the distance, didn't even get close to Imu anymore, and then he was off screen. Sorrow got off screen. And we have like a bubble of Chopper telling Sorrow to like, oh no, Sorrow, and let's get inside. So maybe Sorrow's hurt and Chopper needs to treat him. But I don't think Sorrow's out for the count after this one attack. No, I don't think so. I could be wrong on this. But we get the buffed up God's Knights, and we need someone to fight them. And who better than Sorrow? I think Sorrow's fine. But while I think Sorrow's fine, I think he was kinda KO'd. Like, you know, it's like in a box fight. Sorrow is like in the ropes right now. He's like, after this attack, he is definitely in the ropes, but he's like, put me back in, coach. I didn't hear no bell. So it is kind of a one-shot. I framed it as like a 0.5 shot. Like, Sorrow is getting back up, but it did the damage. He took damage. Basically, he's 50% HP in video game terms. That one shot did 50% of Sorrow's HP, which is immense. So, huge feat for Emo. And in the same framework, IMU used a different attack where he got this little, and Tekken called it a Pac-Man ghost, very fitting. And he shot this little demon out, ghost flame out at Harudin and used Doom. And this little ghost flew to Harudin, and it was tiny when it hit him, but then it was a massive explosion, like a nuke type of explosion. And yeah, other than that, Imu's attacks were very precise. He didn't go around wasting his energy much, other than this Doom attack, and like he cut off Gert's fingers, freeing Summers from her, because Gert was holding Summers. He cut off her fingers, and what I said is like, I couldn't even see him cut it in the panel. Like, it's kind of implied that he's so fast that no one saw it even happen, and even Gert didn't see it happen. She was like, what's happening? Oh, my fingers are falling. Wow, my fingers! Like it was so fast that pain was delayed. She was like, the pain came delayed to her because of how fast Imu-sama was with this. Or not Imu-sama, Saint Nerona Imu, very important here. If you want to know why, I have another video on that, why the difference between Imu-sama and Saint Nerona Imu might be important. But yeah, anyway, so he only cut the fingers that were holding Summers. He didn't cut her down, he didn't blow her up, he didn't go all out. He just did what was necessary and conserving his power. And he said to Summers, we need to hurry, we can't waste time. It's like, he doesn't waste time and he doesn't waste energy here. He's very precise about this. And then later on with Sanji, and I took this as kind of a diss to Sanji, because Imu didn't use any actual named attack against Sanji, but he used a named attack against Zoro and Harudin. With Sanji, what he did, Sanji attacked him, and he, Imu-sama, Saint Nerona Imu, blocked Sanji's kick with his own foot. And in the panel, Saint Nerona Imu's foot is as big as Sanji, basically. Like, he's a big guy, I was like, yeah, he's around about, I guess, Whitebeard size. He must be bigger than Whitebeard, man. Actually, like, I was like, maybe he's around Whitebeard size, but no, he's probably bigger. He's like 2 Whitebeards, maybe, even. Yeah, he's a big guy. But he blocked his attack just with his foot and kicked Sanji away after that. No named attack, no nothing. And I took that as kind of a diss. And then I was watching Tekken, and Tekken took it as like a feat, because Imu didn't like just blast Sanji away with magic power like Doom or Omen or anything. No, he actually used his own body to block an attack and hit back. He used a physical attack. And that's different from just using your magical powers. You're getting down and dirty here, is how Tekken interpreted it. And the credit is to, I didn't see it like that when I read the chapter, but he has a point. He has a point. So it might not have been a named attack, but it was a physical attack with the holy Imu's body. He dirtied his body, basically, just hitting back against the commoner Sanji. I guess that is a feat. That is a feat. So not only can Imu use magical attacks, no, he can kick, he can fight, he kicked the kicker himself. He blocked with Sanji's foot attack with a foot and kicked back himself. Also, he blocked Zoro's King of Hell, was it Rashomon? Three Sword style attack. I think it was Rashomon. might be wrong about that, attack with his tail. So his tail is, that stuff is dirty. I mean, he also attacked, and we saw the tail earlier already against Sabo. He attacked Sabo, and Sabo was writhing in pain when he got impaled by the tail. So that thing hurts, man. That thing hurts. That's serious. Then he also has his staff weapon. Like it has a blunt end where you can basically hit people with blunt attacks. Where there's like a round knob on the end, and then there's a blade, wavy blade end. And I would assume he can fight rather well with that weapon because he can kick. Then there's no reason for me to believe he can't fight with that weapon as well. So those are the powers we've seen so far from IMU. Now we go a bit more into speculation. So if the translation of omen as omen is really accurate, what does the word omen mean in English? An omen is something that, like a signal for something bad is about to happen. It's like, a black cat walked across the street. This is a bad omen. I might be unlucky here. Or something of the similar, like the symbol of the devil could be an omen. Oh no, bad things are about to happen. A bunch of crows. All bad omen, no? So it's like a message, a signal for something bad is about to happen. And that is the power he's using, and he's attacking with that as well. So he attacked Zoro with an omen. And, something bad happened to Zoro. So does it mean it's just, IMU's like, oh, I give you an omen, and it can be good, it can be bad, it can be a good omen, it can be a bad omen. And if you're my enemy, I give you a bad omen, and then you get hurt. Or if you're my ally, I give you a good omen, and you gain power, you become more powerful. That is a way we could take this word, this symbolism of the word itself here. So IMU could, in fact, manipulate what's about to happen directly with his power. And that's a power. So IMU basically decides the outcome already. It's like, I will it to be. And that's where we are at the Haki point again, where an omen is Maki. So he wills something into existence. He used omen on Zoro, and he willed it that Zoro got hurt and shot back. That was not like, oh, I'm using just an attack on you. No, at the moment IMU used that, it was inevitable. This is what we could take it to be. Or same for the good things to happen. Like, oh, it's inevitable. Yeah, you will it that you get stronger. That would be an absurd power, but it could be IMU's power. Maybe, maybe not. And at the end we have a low-key rage-baiting IMU. He calls IMU an idiot. He calls him stupid for not just assuming he would be in Elbaf. And we're gonna get a fight next chapter, and I'm looking forward to that. Loki versus IMU wins. I think IMU wins. 100%. IMU absolutely destroys Loki. Then Luffy comes in, and then IMU absolutely destroys Luffy. But then IMU runs out of time. that is where I have my chips on right now. If IMU doesn't just destroy Loki and Luffy, then we might need some more forms of IMU. Like, we might need to go to another stronger form, Freezer type style. This isn't even my final form. Then he needs to become stronger. But I really think it's about, no, IMU is the guy, he's strong, and our heroes need to become stronger. Even though Luffy is not a hero, he's a pirate. He still needs growth to overcome IMU, I think. But that's all about it for today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.